So recently I've been talking about late payments, and y'all know I'm always talking about how you can increase your credit score by tackling your credit utilization. And I got some comments asking me, how do I use going on to the Experian site? So in this video, I want to talk about how you can check, what is your credit utilization. Let's say if you don't want to pull your credit score, but even if you go into the Experian, you can pull your credit report and your credit score. And so I'm going to show you this item that they have, and it's called the score ingredient. Now this is free, so I don't pay for this Experian, the Experian membership. Now y'all know there are times where I'll try to get all of my credit scores, and usually I'm able to do like a free trial or something, but then sometimes I'll forget, and then I'll end up having to pay $25. I'm like, oh man, that's not right. But this is free if you go onto the Experian website, and they have a lot of really good information. So let me share my screen with you, and we're going to take a look at this. When you go on to the Experian site, there is so many different areas that you can go to, but what you want to do is you want to go into credit, and then you want to go into FICO scores, and then it's going to take you to your Experian FICO score. Now it does have Equifax and TransUnion, but since I haven't paid for the Experian membership, and so you can see back in November, that was the last time that I did it, and so it doesn't have my updated Equifax and TransUnion, but I know that those are pretty high. So right now we're just focusing on Experian, and really what we're really wanting to focus on is this score ingredient. And so when we take a look at our credit score is made up of 5 components. So we have our payment history, our credit utilization, our length of credit, our new credit, and our credit mix. And so we were talking about our payment history. And so, our payment history is very important, but I really feel like our credit utilization is probably going to be even more important than our payment history. Now, the thing is, we always want to make sure that we're paying our bills on time. But like if you get a late payment on there, it's going to take a while for that to fall off. And that's 35% of your credit score. So, that's why you want to make sure that you don't. But with our credit utilization, that's where it's at. Because if you have high credit utilization, if you want to get it down, if you want to increase your credit score, tackle your credit utilization. So you can see here, our payment history is 35%. So even though I have 5 late payments on my credit report, you can see that it's still showing that it's pretty good, because I only had 1 loan that was paid late, and that was over a year ago. So right here you can see where it says amount of debt, and that is going to be our credit utilization. So right here it's going to break it down as to, like, I have 1% of revolving credit, I have 10 accounts, and I'm usually averaging $1,185 of revolving credit. And it just gives you, a lot of info. So like right here is stating that if we want to be higher achievers, then we want to make sure that we are averaging less than 7% on our for our utilization. And this one right here, this one was so interesting, because it's stating that really for higher achievers, you don't want to carry a balance on more than 3 credit cards. So I was just like, whoa, that is really interesting. But this really gives a whole lot of info on on things. So you can see right here, so new credit, that's going to be 10% of our credit score. And so you can see that the most recent account, and really it was 2 accounts, because I had opened up the Navy Federal Cash Rewards card and the American Express Everyday card in December of 2021. And so it's a year and 1 month since I opened that account. And so right here it says most recently for higher achievers is going to be 2 years and 7 months. But y'all already know I like to open up credit cards. So I think it really depends on taking a look at your overall credit profile to see, like if I open up a credit card, see right here, for inquiries, if I open up a credit card, I'm not gonna mind if I lose a few points, because it's gonna be, maybe like 8 to 10 points. But if you have a low credit score and you open up a credit card, or you're gonna try to open up a credit card and then you're gonna get a hard inquiry, because it doesn't mean that you're gonna get approved for it, and then it's gonna take 10% of your score. But if you have a low score and then you're going to lose the points, then maybe that's not really good for me. And then for our credit mix, so it's just saying, it's just give. So that's why I like taking a look at the different aspects, because you can see here. So I have so many revolving accounts, so many installment loans, and then so many credit cards. So you want to have a good mix of credit as well. But I would say for me, the most important piece of when we are taking a look at our credit score is going to be our credit utilization, because we want to make sure that we are not, you know, spending a lot on our credit cards and then not paying it off, because especially with interest rates being so high right now, really on average it can be like 25%. And if we're making a minimum payment on the credit cards, then that's just eating up the balance, and then it's taking so many years, 5 or 10 years, to pay the credit card off. So that's why I really like to understand how does my whole credit profile, what areas do I need to work on. So, one, we do want to make sure to pull our credit reports from all three credit bureaus. But if you just, really, if you can start with, let's say, the Experian, but I usually will pull all mine. But I don't know, I like to pull the Experian, because I feel like they have so much good information, but I'm pretty sure all of them have it. And, especially when we're applying for credit cards, I feel like they usually pull Experian or TransUnion. So that's really where I'm focusing. But we do want to make sure that we're pulling the reports so we can see, is everything lining up on each of the reports? Are they reporting any inaccuracies on there? And so if they are, then for those, you want to make sure to go ahead and dispute those. But then also just kind of knowing, okay, if I'm wanting to get a car, or if I'm wanting to get in a house and my credit score is not that good, what do I need to tackle? What's going to be most important? But I'm going to say it's usually going to be the credit utilization first. So go over, so this is how I pull it. So if you want to go over to the Experian website and pull the score ingredient, that's how I'm able to check and see, how I'm doing on my credit report. But let me know in the comments if you go onto the Experian site, or how do you check your credit score and your credit report every month?
It's not a game, sir.